How you doing, YouTube? I'm Pax, your host for State of Entertainment's first manga review. Let's jump right in and hope you enjoy it. So, what is Akumetsu all about? To begin with, meet our protagonist, Hazama Sho, your average third-year high school student. He has a friend called Shina, and they get along pretty well, as you can see. However, we soon find out she has been forced to degrade herself in a party filled with powerful businessmen to help clear her family's debt. All of a sudden, they notice a man in a bizarre mask has infiltrated the party. Whoever could he be? As if to answer Shina's cries for help, the man shoots one of the politicians, confronts the man who'd been harassing her, and introduces himself as Akumetsu. Meanwhile, the politician manages to call the police and makes it clear just how screwed up he is on account of all his power. Akumetsu proceeds to carefully show how he just doesn't give a single fuck, and exposes the man's corrupting actions through a series of questions. His final question is the driving force behind the whole series. After all the evil people in this world are dead, will this world be peaceful? To this, the businessman understandably answers there are just too many evil people for his death to ever make a difference. However, Akumetsu just laughs and declares he will kill them all, destroy all evil, starting with him. After he leaves, Shina tries to follow him, but is too late. Akumetsu is shot by the police outside the building and dies a tragic death, his head exploding in the process, and this brings our story to a close. Rest in peace, brave Avenger. Well, no. Actually, that all happens in the first 3 chapters of a manga totaling more than 150. Sho comes to school the following day, as usual. And, like all of us, Shina can only think, what the fuck? Let's be completely honest with ourselves. When a premise consists in, what if Kira from Death Note were immortal and actually did something instead of pussing about with a notebook all the time, not finding something to like becomes nearly impossible. Sho himself is as smug and capable a protagonist as they come, and learning more about his convictions and past gradually makes you care even more for an already likable character. What makes the manga really unique, though, is it manages to make some very solid points about the corruption and decay of modern Japan, which can of course be applied to other countries just as well, and actually presents them to the audience in a way pretty much everyone can understand and care about. Moving on to the plot itself, we're presented with several huge mysteries right from the start. How did a high school student manage to break into a private party between important businessmen? If Sho and Akumetsu are the same person, who exactly died from the police shooting? If Sho did die, who does Shina meet the next day at school? And finally, who or what is Akumetsu, and how is he related to Hazama Sho? We get the answers to all these questions at a surprisingly early point in the manga, which brings me to my next point. Akumetsu is for the most part not a plot-driven story. After reading the first few dozen chapters or so, you will already know what to expect from the rest. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing, but after you understand how the being known as Akumetsu works, the shock factor of the assassinations might lose some of its shine, and the constant jabs at the economy might wear down your patience depending on your personal tolerance. For one big reason. The villains we have to deal with are cartoonish at best and close to brain dead at worst. While making them easy to hate, the author also sacrificed any believability these people might have had, and instead made them into gross caricatures of how real people act and talk. Of course, it's nice to believe corrupt highshots are nothing but stupid and inefficient cowards, but the truth is no one can reach these heights effortlessly, and dumbing down the villains we need to be aware of in the real world only weakens the manga's message. Make no mistake, Akumetsu is fun. Truly fun. It invites you to shut down your brain and enjoy some seriously addicting revenge porn and turn it back on for some weirdly entertaining socioeconomic issues, and it pulls off this complex balance better than expected. The absence of filler characters and plot points ensures there's barely ever a dull moment, and you can't help but start feeling a morbid fascination with watching Akumetsu killing his marks while dying in the process again and again and again and again, never giving up his fervent conviction that all evil must die. So, should you read Akumetsu? If you can bring yourself to forgive stupid antagonists, and the idea of an untouchable vigilante murdering egocentric assholes on live TV sounds even vaguely appealing to you, give it a chance. I did, and I don't regret it. Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe, and check out our other videos. Pax out.